Well, a very good afternoon today on the 10th of August 26. Yes, I'm in the Sma Glen. You probably recognise it. A beautiful glen. One of the smallest glens in the country. But it's terrific. I'm up here for a reason, of course. I usually am. And I'm going to walk along, first of all, gingerly, because of this busy carriageway. And we're going to look at the Saddling Mare's Stain, first of all. What I've noticed is the wooded area on the, if you're travelling northbound, on the right hand side, after the Buckenty turn off, they dug out quite a extensive piece of the grounds. I thought, what they're doing that for? Now I've twigged. That's forestry operations, and that wonderful forest along there, which goes all the way around, mostly larch, but there's quite a number of Scots pine in there as well. But it's the whole integral part of the entrance to the Sma Glen coming through here. So that's going to be ruined, actually. But well, I suppose the trees are mature and they probably want to cut them down. Although there is that project where they're cutting down every single tree which is not native to the locality. They want to put in more rowan and birch and aspen, it's not aspen, alder and stuff like that. So we're going to walk along here, Andy, and it's a terrifically busy road. Not a dangerous road, Andy. There's Milrima at the back there, looking very inviting, isn't it? Not the best part of the day to be here, though. I chose it because there'll be more light at this time of day than there is in the evening, because the sun obviously gets blocked out for a while. But coming up here in the evening, as I've done often, is wonderful. It's absolutely amazing the way the colours. Last night particularly was beautiful again. But anyway. Let's get this camera out. People think I'm filming for another reason, but that's all the way over there. We're going to lose it now, and that's going to completely spoil the very majestic entrance to the Sma Glen, I'm afraid. So I'm going to have to get some footage before they start cutting, so I've got it for posterity, you see. Okay, so this is the Saddling Mare's Stain, and this was out of view for well, decades and decades because of the forestry plantation that was here, which got cut down just a few years back and exposed the rock, and you can see that it's become reasonably popular for people to come and lift the stones and place them upon the top. It's a show of strength. And in the Highland days, with in the clan setup was that the clans people would challenge each other in regards to their strength. This is why the Highland Games came about, of course. And one of the most prolific strongmen in the Highland Games was a chap called Donald Dinny. Now in Comrie, the Shaky Tune, there's a lane called Dinny's Lane. I don't know if there's any connection to Donald Dinny, I don't know. But Donald Dinny was a 19th century heavyweight, and there's something called the Dinnie Stone, and apparently he was the only person that could lift it or carry it. It was so bloody heavy. So the object of this is to raise the stone. I believe it's this one here, and this stone has to be raised and placed upon this section of the rock. I think this it's not quite as simple as that. I think there's a technique and stuff involved, but I believe this is the well, you can see that the markings in there where many people over the years have tried to lift and scrape it onto the rock. As I say, this has been a stone which has been very prominent in this highland part of Upper Strathern, and the Highland Games, as I say, were basically a way for well, the Highland Games that claim the earliest location in the very first Highland Games. Like Athens was the very first Olympic Games, but Ceres, a place called Ceres in Fife, claimed to be the earliest, because after Bannockburn all the troops had gathered in that part of the world, all had sporting conquests with each other, from wrestling to sword fighting and running and jumping and heavyweight stuff, throwing things. And this is how the Highland Games came about. But in the clan system, it began on much earlier, that to show that you were a proper resident of the clan, member of the clan, sorry, you had to show your abilities in both strength and agility and fitness. And I dare say the Picts, who were resident up there, probably did likewise. And it may well be it was the Pictish lads that came down and first demonstrated how to lift a stone on top of this one. I don't know, but it's interesting. And the Romans over at Fendock, of course, not so far away, I don't think they ventured here. They didn't come as far as they weren't allowed, because the Picts were always ready for them. So what we'll do is we're going along, the purpose of my trip today, as I mentioned about Ossian stone, although I've covered that stone several times, I want to just bring it back to people's attention because of the confusion, you can't speak, that's confusing, because of the confusion regarding signage along the Newton Brig, which I think I've covered on my channel, but I want to just detail it a little bit better. Up here on the Scurran, after Ossian's stone was moved, the locals, apparently in folklore, erected a massive cairn in memory of the bard Ossian, who was son of Fingal, of course. And they reckon that Fingal's actually buried somewhere along in Glen Almond itself. This is Glen Almond too. The River Almond just snakes its way all the way through and all the way down through past Buckendall, Logie Almond, over the Almond Bank and into the Tay. But the Scurran, which I've covered as well on this channel, is up the back there. And it's a monumental cairn, and obviously of some importance. So let's go along and find Ossian stone and see if we can make any sense of it and its location. As I say, it's the 10th of August 26, and it's probably late afternoon, is it, Andy? Well, Ah, your watch has stopped, sir. Your watch has stopped. That's the first time that's happened, sir. Oh dear. Well, we'll have to get that sorted, eh? The battery must be gone. No, the battery's not gone. What I did was a thread was around about the winding device when I put my jumper on earlier, because I thought it'd be a quick blowy up here. I've obviously taken the piece out, so it is ticking, but it's definitely the wrong time. I reckon it's probably about 4 o'clock, just after. So that's the route of Wage Road over there, which I said I've walked, and it just trickles along that way. There's a point of me mentioning this, of course, because where we're going is to locate Ossian Stone as it's marked on the Ordnance Survey map, and more will be revealed shortly. So this is the Hammond, and obviously this is the main road, but it's hectic, very busy, and I've got my high-vis, can you see it? Just to allow drivers some, well, attentive ones to know that something's about. But I can't listen. Oh, Andrew, speak properly, will you, please? I can't risk life and limb on this road. I've told you before, I used to walk it as a teenager. Hardly a motor, but now it's just far too busy. Anyway, I'm going over into the grass area, and then we'll make our way through all that scrub over to Ossian Stone. I would have taken the car much nearer, but there's no parking places. And you can go along to the Newton Brig and walk back the way, but it's the same issues in regards to being so close to the carriageway. It's a very beautiful river, isn't it? That's an ideal place for sitting having a cigaretto, actually. But we have to push on with our exercise, and we'll move forward slowly, Annie. So it's a wonderful day for August, Annie, and you can really feel the energies of the Lionsgate of just 48 hours ago, and it's just a wonderful time of year. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it to bits. So this is a area that's prone to flooding, and the waters just come gushing down here during winter storms. Where I'm standing would be awash. Alright, so the wind has picked up a wee bit from the north, but it's alright. So that's Ossian Stone out there, according to the Ordnance Survey map, the OS map. I'll just call it OS. I'm sure you understand abbreviations. BT, BA, ICI, Imperial Chemical Industries, British Petroleum, BP, British Telecom, British Airways. I think they dropped the British because they're giving up on Britishness, aren't they? They don't want us to be British any longer. They want us to be some sort of, well, third state of some unknown country. I think what's happening is, because Britain's so skint, I think they're getting paid by the oil-rich countries to keep them afloat, with a catch. we have to offload half the bloody universe onto your shores. Is that okay? Yeah. If you don't take them, then the funding stops and your company's going to collapse. Alright, keep them coming then. So we'll march through all this lot and then we'll get over. There's a deer in the water having a bath, and I frightened her. Well, not frightened her, but I startled her, and she made it quite known that she says, "What bloody time to come just from having my bath, Andy." And she went away up onto the moor, running like heck. She didn't even take the towel with her. Okay, so because I've got this high-vis jacket on, this vest, well, people must think I'm very important. If they got a bit closer, they'd realise who I was, and then they'd realise I was important. We're all important, but some more than others, including myself. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is thank God for a restful night's sleep and the dawning of a new day. Although I was saying that, I couldn't get to bloody sleep last night. Don't know what the hell the problem was. I went out to look at the stars about midnight. Absolutely amazing. I was trying to check to see if there were any northern lights, but nothing. And I'm not sure what happened, but my body wouldn't go to sleep. Sometimes it does occur as we approach the new moon in the next couple of days. We must all follow our own path in life, the designated path that was given to you. And if you stray off that path because of God's decision to give us free will, well, you may find that that path you're on might not be the best one for you. So, don't be impatient. Things are not working out. Just count to 10 and it will. So I've got to cross this stream, and it's a damn nuisance, but it was safer than going on that road. I hear the trickling waters below me. I'll switch the camera off because the vegetation at each side is it's a bit of trickery is happening with the veg. We shall go along this way, Andrew. This is a cattle trough. There's another bridge. Now, that's interesting. It's newly made, that one, the pipe. I thought there was something historical about it. I was a little bit excited there. Right. I hope you can hear me in the breeze. But this is Ossian stone, according to the OS map. And this is one that's most photographed as a result of being Ossian stone. But the problem we've got, Wade's Road goes over there. Can you see that faintness in on the landscape? Am I at the right point? I can't see in the camera. There should be a round tree out there. Well, just behind it there's a track. I've walked it, and it goes up over, snakes its way around, and round by the side of that cottage into towards Newton Brig. So it doesn't come over this way. So therefore I'm thinking that the one the council have suggested it may well be is possibly right, and the OS people have got this one wrong. I really don't know, and this is why I'm hoping for clarification from the council. But this is a fabulous rock just to be placed here from the Ice Age. And I don't think Wade's troops would have moved this. I don't think that's been moved at all. What do you think? There's no purpose for moving it because the road didn't come past here. He didn't build a bridge here. He built it because it goes along through the bracken, just above the carriageway of the road. Yeah, it's over there. Well, it comes down. Watch your footage, Eddie. Well, it comes out over that way where that car is. It comes down, and it will just join what that carriageway is. That would be the easiest route for it. Not through this muckle lot. I'll get a couple of snaps of that with my mobile phone. I'm also going to sit over there and have a cigaretto. I am needing one, you know. I've not had one for a couple of hours. So I'm looking forward to just sit and gaze. So I'm convinced that this is not Ossian stone after all. Because the troops, if they moved it according to historical records, and they moved it and found the bones underneath, then why were they moving it? Because the road doesn't come past here. The road goes past where that motorbike has, and then it goes up onto the and crawls around the side. I hope the council come back with some decent answers. I hope they're not lazy on it. I think, well, I'm rather hoping that they delve into the best records that they have. It makes me think, well, why did the cultural department sign it off for Ossian stone above Newton Brig if it wasn't? So perhaps they're right after all. So I'm looking forward to the answers, I really am, because this will seal this confusion once and for all. I think this stone has just come flying down off there, probably due to an earthquake or something at some point. It dislodged and rolled straight down this hill and landed here. Almost sure of it. Because there's not many other rocks, not really. One or two that I'm sitting on, of course, but you know, to be deposited during the Ice Age, I'm very convinced that it's come off the mountain and just rolled straight down. There's caves up there. There's a cave up in that. The light's not very good at the moment. There's a cave up in there. Alright, let's finish the cigarette, Mr. Please, and we'll retreat back to the motor car and then go on along to Newton Brig. I think it's about 10 to 5, 5 to 5 actually, not what my watch is showing. So I'll get that sorted just now. That's what the matter was, it wasn't the battery at all. So it's quite overgrown. I've come across, this is the road because I've walked it. And you see where the bracken is, and it winds its way through. It even feels like a road below my feet. So I'm obviously the geography of the land's maybe changed a little bit, but because when they put this new road in, they would have dug a cutting through there. But there's no way that over Ossian stone that we're talking about over there, there's absolutely no way that Wade would have put his road past it, because he's obviously going through marshy ground unnecessarily, and also he would be onto the River Almond. There's no way across, no bridge, and there's no evidence of any road going through there. So I think they've got it wrong. I don't understand why, but as I keep saying in this video, we'll soon find out. This has got all the hallmarks of the track. You see here there's a bit of a walkway through the bracken. Motorbikes. See? You see here there's more evidence of the road there. He's come higher, not down there, because of the he's probably thought to himself, well, if the river floods, my road's going to be washed away. I could have parked in there, but it is very dangerous, this road. It's unbelievably bad. But you can see it now. It's pretty clear. That's a road. That's General Wade's road going through there. Most definitely. Yep, definitely. A little bit of clearance here, Andy. Hopefully your viewers will be able to pick up the line of the route there. And again, coming through here. So yes, I'm convinced that that's the wrong place. Alright, we'll leave it at that. I've been through all this before, it's a nightmare. There's a standing stone over the top. I've done a film about that a couple of years back, or 3 years ago in September I think it was. 23, 24 maybe. A stone that I'd always passed and never gone to visit it since I was about 13 or 14 year old. But, this is, take it from me, this is the route of Wade's Road. Okay, switch off. I'll come up just a little bit further, but if you shear all that bracken away, I come up here on a winter's day, you'll see clear evidence that this is the route. Going through all that lot. And now I'm questioning myself again, because I'm thinking it's come up here, and in fact it's below my feet. Sorry to go on, but below my feet it's very stable. It's very firm. It almost feels like you're walking on a proper track, a wide track, a Wade's Road track. And it comes down here where that black car's just passed at the corner. It's a possibility that has gone through over that way, where the two trees are, where Ossian stone is over there. There is a slim chance it does go across that marshy ground, but I rather doubt it, because it would be absolutely waterlogged. Pointless putting a road through that, because you would know yourself, the runoff from the mountains to the river, that's just a complete bog for most of the winter and spring. And as I've said before, the water is a floodplain, and often the waters will rise above the bank and flow straight across there during spate times. So again, I'm going to cancel it. It's just so confusing. You understand why I'm doing this? So it's deep bracken, but you say below my feet it's very walkable. There's no hazards at all, and the incline, the gradient is absolutely nothing if you consider that you just be coming up that little slope there. Yeah. Probably that stone just coming through there. Look at the glorious heathers there. It's a real August plant, the heather. When it comes into bloom, it's beautiful. Look at this. And that makes a fine tea as well. It's a real tonic, and the bees love it for the heather honey. Expensive, but worth every spoonful. So I'm going to walk the road this time, because the traffic's calmed down a bit. It's that time of night now, 5:30. Most of the workmen or workwomen and men have all come and gone. So it should be a bit quieter now. Isn't it glorious, Andy? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and get my own dinner, and then I'm going to come back up this evening and do that other Ossian stone, because I'm out of footage. I don't want to delete anything on the camera in case I've not loaded, so I have to check. So I'll leave it just now. I'll pick up at the Newton Brig later this evening after I've had my dinner. So looking through there, what I can see is there is raised ground. There's a levee which goes along here, and I'm now under the impression that the road would have went straight through there, and there is now again that possibility that Ossian stone was in the way after all, and that's why they've turned and twisted and went up onto that mound that I showed you, where I was standing a wee while ago. I know this video is probably not very clear for you, because I'm just as in the dark as you lot, but I'm trying to establish if the route would go there. It wouldn't have gone up there, so it makes sense. Indeed, it makes sense just to follow the main road where it is just now. That would have been the right thing, and I suggest that's what he's done. But that is again a possibility, you understand? I'm trying to squeeze the last bit of footage out. I'm walking along this part just now because it's safer than the road. My car's parked along there, so not far to go. I'm going to be out of footage now, so I'm going to leave it at this point, I'm afraid. Wish me a safe passage across the busy A822.